Well, hello and welcome back to FTL, everyone. I'm Philadelphus, and we're on the Kestrel Type A. Just jumped into a Zoltan-controlled sector, Sector 7 here, on our way towards the end of the game. So let's take this fascinating crew that we've got here and start making our way through this sector here. Nothing here. Alright. Let's see. We've got got some nebulae in this sector. What's our exit look like? Looks pretty good. We can get there in a multitude of ways. Well, several different ways anyway, more than just one. Alright, and yet again, nothing here. This is not very helpful, that's for sure. Jump just in time to witness a Zoltan ship's FTL drive overload. Ugh, I cannot talk today. Just in time to witness a Zoltan ship's FTL drive overload. In his final moments, their captain implores you not to get involved, but it's too late. Their attacker is already upon you. Alright, they've got a hacking device. It's coming for our cloaking device. Alright. So we won't be able to get away with that easily. Let's see if we can hit him with the shield there. Okay, they've got a beam weapon that could be... Okay, luckily they didn't... Still have two shield bubbles here, so we're alright. Alright, what do we got here? Let's see, they have a cloning bay, but they don't have a particularly good crew. So if we try and do a little punch through there, and send my Mantis crew over there. Oh, that's right, I forgot that. I forgot that Zoltans explode. On the other hand, we're not doing too bad here. We'll just, Oops, that was not their weapons. What am I shooting at? Yeah, I don't think we're going to accept your surrender today. Destroyed a Zoltan ship already. You're coming after us? I think we better just make the galaxy a better place here. Okay, there we go. Alright, that worked well. Good boarding action there. Looks like these Mantises are going to be proving their worth to us as boarders. Not that they weren't already, of course. But yeah, I do love a good bit of boarding action. Let's see. Gonna need some more engine power here pretty soon, I think. I'd like to get my dodge chance up a little bit higher. It's like 35% at the moment. A rebel ship is guarding this beacon. Alright, we're gonna have to fight our way past. These guys do not have any sort of med bay or cloning bay either, so we should be able to get through them pretty easily. Let's just cloak. Escape that. Oh, they also... we also missed them. Let's, okay, wasn't so great, but not too bad. Let's see if I can hit their weapons before they get that Artemis off. Yes! Oh, wait, no, they still fired it. Oh, rats, okay. Not too big a deal anyway. Alright, let's put some more ordnance into there. Good. Alright, so they're taking damage. Excellent, excellent. We'll be able to send our Mantis over there. Surprise attack on this guy. And he's down. Go after this guy, and he's down. Look at that guy, he's down. There we go. That worked out really, really well. Alright. So Bjorn is now gold. Martin is still green. So we should probably swap their positions in the teleporter here. So that, because it seems to be whoever goes the primary to the left position tends to get a bit more experience just because of the way that the engine works. So, let's see. Martin, you go there first. Bjorn, you come in second. We'll set up their positions. That way Bjorn will get a bit more experience, hopefully. Alright, into a nebula here. Let's see what's in the nebula here. This nebula turns out to be the hiding place of a terrified rock crew taking refuge from the Zoltan border police. Alright. Well, we'll just launch off a little Artemis missile shot there. I don't actually know. There's probably a couple rocks in there, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to take them out with my Mantises. Let's go try to take their shields down a bit. Cloak. Alright, took out their missile there. That's good. Won't be firing that at us. Alright, I still have 20 missiles, so not too bad. Let's see if I can hit their shields again. Alright, it's nice having a shield-piercing weapon. I don't usually run with missiles on most of my playthroughs. Let's send in some exploratory Mantis boarding action here, because this guy's already got about half health damage due to getting hit by those attacks. Oh, they've got a med bay. I didn't foresee that. That was bad. Let's see if we can get in there. Oh, okay. Well, Get out of there. Fire everything we have at it. Alright, that should be pretty good. Get back in there. Alright, good. Now we can attack them as they come in. Alright, they can't hurt us with that laser. So, ooh, taking damage. Not good. Alright, pull everyone out. And fire everything we have there. Yes! Alright, we'll accept their offer. They're giving us some fuel, which we could use. They were pretty lucky, because, yeah, that was, we would have got them otherwise. Let's buy... let's see, there is a store. Okay, let's jump to the store, first of all. This is my thing. I always end up buying stuff right before there's a store without noticing. Alright, what have we got here? We've got a drone control, clone bay, ooh, mind control, and weapons. Chain laser. We have a chain laser, don't we, right? Yeah, that's the one that... Okay, so it decreases in cooldown time. Okay. Let's see. Charge time, 6 seconds. Interesting, interesting. Got a healing burst, anti-bio beam. Could be it's fun to use, not super useful against the flagship, and it's not really what we're going for anyway. Now, what am I looking for? There's a drone control, clone bay. So the clone bay would let us do a more aggressive boarding strategy because we don't have to worry about losing our boarders and healing them up in between. Mind control. Ooh, mind control is really useful also for the flagship. Well, we can do a boarding strategy without a clone bay. Let's get the mind control. Yeah, it's our final slot. Thinking about getting this chain laser and just going with 2 of them rather than this charge laser, mostly for reasons of aesthetic preference. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's fix everything. I think we're pretty good on the fuel, and I'd really like to buy another power, so let's do that. And there we go. Let's just rearrange this stuff a little bit here. There we go. Now we've got a nice... got our 2 charge lasers out front there. Alright. Let's see. Where are we going? 1, 2, we can go... Wow, we've actually got... We're pretty good for time here. We've got a long time until the rebels catch up with us here. Probably this nebula been slowing them down a bit. Drone isn't looking for you, but it's found us anyway. Ooh, they've got 2 drones here. Not too much of a threat. The missile's a bit more of a threat. Alright, now oh yeah, now I have to remember I've changed all my mappings around. Yeah, maybe I'll just switch to what I'm actually... There we go, what I'm used to here. Don't need the mind control for this, that's for sure. Good, they got all healed up. Back to your places there. Could actually put that in there. Oh, right in the med bay. Ouch. Yeah, well, not really doing anything to the sensors there. Yeah, I thought there was a breach. Okay, we need to start actually firing something here. Alright, shields. Miss. Alright, shields. Wow, they're barely getting anything in there. Alright, well, the med bay's not that important to fix. Oh, they just hit our cloaking. It's alright, we can survive. Alright, shields are going down. Okay, good, they missed that. Alright, let's... There we go. Take out most of their weapons. That's better. Alright. Back to stations, everyone. Alright. Now we can just start getting various different parts, try and cripple them a bit. Okay, shields are down. Good. Let's try and stop their dodging ability, which is really starting to frustrate me. There we go. Alright, that ship's down. Ship explodes. Very good. Oh, there's another store there. Okay. Let's keep going here. Let's buy 2 powered ships lurking in the nebula here. Fuel supplies, ammunition. We've got a pretty good amount of fuel, so let's go for the ammunition. Alright, so we want to leave the ship in one piece. They have no med bay. And wow, we are in a massive ion storm here. I just realized we have basically nothing. They have missiles. They're going to be able to hit through 3 shield layers. Alright, let's see. Let's drop that. We need a power on... Let's power on the teleporter here. Actually, take back, let's power up the oxygen for now. We'll let our weapons charge. Let's power up the cloaking. That'll be safer. Or not, if they get direct hit on the cloaking device. Wow, okay. Power up that. Let's go for their weapons. There we go. Alright, that got them out of the way anyway. Set him in there. Okay, there's a slug and a Zoltan. Alright, we can beat both of these guys pretty easily. The exploding is going to be annoying. Maybe if I run somewhere else and get him to follow me. I can at least get... Okay, got the slug. Got one of the Zoltans. That's good. That's very good. We need more power. Alright, they are the shields. Let's hope this isn't a miscalculation. Oh, they're trying to escape. We're attacking their engines. Good. I think they're trying to repair probably the shields. Oh, there we go. Okay, that could have been bad if they'd had a little less health, but I think we got it. Got most of the ammunition, which is 4 missiles and a lot of scrap, so that's good. Alright, well, that worked, and I need power to the engines. Power to oxygen would also be good. Alright, how do I want to do this? Let's go this way. We'll go through the store, and then onto the exit. You arrive at a Zoltan research facility. They say they are researching genetic distortion due to stasis sleep and prolonged FTL travel. They ask if your crew has time to undergo a few scans. Sure, we can participate in their study. Your crew calmly lines up for the Zoltans to take their readings. Alright. These got these small cakes made from stiff dough as well as some scrap. Hey, we got cookies. Alright, we need oxygen very badly. Thank goodness it's back online now. Let's just get everything charged, powered up here. Let our oxygen come up. Get our mantises healed up there. And onto the store. Human ship hails. My friends, please, there is nothing I don't have, and there is nothing worth wanting that I can't get. Why not take a look around my shop? Well, my jovial friend, that sounds good. Alright, we could hire some crew, except we're already full. We've got a hull beam, chain ion, hull laser. I think, let's see, we've got a scrap recovery arm, Zoltan shield bypass, and a backup DNA bank. Okay, we don't need that because we don't have a clone bay. The scrap recovery arm is quite useful. Probably one of the best augmentations in the game, honestly, just because more scrap means more of anything else. But at this point in the 7th sector, near the end, it's probably not really worth it. The Zoltan shield bypass. Oh, that's right. That allows teleportation to work through super shields. Yes, actually, this is super useful with a boarding crew that we've got here. We're definitely going to want that for the flagship. Alright. Good, let's just buy... we've got 12 fuel. I think that'll be enough to get us through the rest of the game. We've got 23 missiles. I could buy a few more. I'll buy about 3, I think. Then we'll spend the rest of this on some upgrades. Power, and there we go. Now our evasion's up to 40%, so when the cloaking device comes online, that's 60. That'll put us up to 100% evasion, so we don't have to worry about getting hit anymore. Alright, send everyone back to their places. Jump to the last stop we'll be making this sector, which, man, these rebels are really far back. Maybe I will jump to that other spot. Emergencies! All ships in range. We are under attack. Their frequency matches the nearby Zoltan ship. You move in on their pursuer. They take your intervention as a cue to jump away. Cowards. Well, we'll just take out these guys for them. Now we've got mind control, which is they're all slugs. I can't use the mind control. Never mind. They have no med bay or clone bay. Let's see if I can hit their weapons and knock them out real quick here. Nope. Alright, dodge. Fire on the shields. Man. Even with like 7 lasers, I'm really not getting much through these shields here. Alright, see if I can get the shields with the Artemis this time. Nope. They're really good at dodging. Wow. Alright, that's a little bit more. Alright, luckily that missed us. That could have been dangerous. Alright, once more on the shields, please. Nope. Okay. I can't hit these guys. Wow. Except with lasers. Alright, that's good. That's one of them down. Dodge. Just in time. I'm not wasting any more missiles on this thing, because they apparently have some crazy amount of dodge. Yeah, no, I don't think so. You attacked us. We've got enough fuel. Alright, in come the Mantises. We'll just soften. Oh! Oh no! I've made a terrible mistake. No! I've already forgotten your names now, but my mantises. Oh dear. Wow. Alright, that was That was really, really bad. That is the danger of having a boarding crew with a med bay and not a clone bay. Okay, we are going to need to do... Oh, wonderful, now we have intruders on board. And they're mind-controlling Gracie. I'll just cancel that. We will immediately open these doors. We'll let Graffin do a little bit of work here for us. This is not ideal, that's for sure. Okay, they just destroyed our teleport. Alright, get out of there, Graffin. Get out of there. We'll just let the lack of oxygen do our work for us, but I was hoping to get some scrap. Oh wait, we can still get some scrap, because there's still a ship here that I just didn't notice in my... I completely didn't even notice the ship over my confusion over the boarding. Alright, stop mind-controlling me. It's very annoying. I'm gonna go repair that really quick. Alright, now I can... Oh, they've got a cloning bay, but at least they don't have a teleportation. They don't have a teleporter, so we don't have to worry about them coming back. I mean, back into the ship. Obviously, they won't be coming back with the clone bay there, but that's not really that much of a problem. Let's get that. Send everyone back to work. Alright, knocked out their mind control. Which I'll use one of my own. So we could try a boarding strategy with some of the people we have on hand. It's not ideal, but let's try it anyway. Actually, let's just send Graffin, because he's immune to fire. So when he goes, he can kill this guy without taking any damage himself. And this time we will not. We'll remember not to shoot down the ship that we're in the process of removing the crew from. Alright, they'll defend the shields. Alright, oh, ow! Oh, ow! I wasn't paying attention there. Not so good. Do I wanna... Should I give up on the boarding? It's a little bit risky here, that's for sure. Unless I send someone else in, like this, then I think we can make it work. Although, Graffin, you might want to actually get out of there, so you don't die in the explosion from the Zoltan. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, we got a bunch of scrap off of that, so that's good. Alright, well, that was... This has very quickly gone from doing pretty good to less than ideal, but I think we're still okay. I think we can salvage this. So that store, as I remember, had crew for hire, and we can get back to it before the rebels get there. And I've got enough scrap that I can actually hire. Let's see. Beth, Emma, Monsvik. Oh, Monsvik already has 10% more crew damage. Ooh. Max health. Okay. So this is not particularly good, but if I have a crew of 2 of them, this will be a rather interesting strategy, I must say. Yeah, we're going to be using Zoltans as our boarding crew, which if you have a clone bay, can work really well with their whole exploding on death thing. If you don't have a clone bay, it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a very interesting flagship fight. At least you don't have to fight the rebels on our way out of here. Alright, well, we've arrived at the long-range beacon. Click a military vessel. Try to improve our reactor. I'll take that. I can use the reactor power. That's always good. Never turn down reactor power, even though with the Zoltans here I've got a bit more. But, alright, to the next sector. Actually, I think we'll save that for the next video, since it all kind of comes together in one package there. So, and I did call this episode anyway. It's getting a bit long. So, I've been Philadelphus. I hope you've enjoyed me making completely boneheaded mistakes. And if you have, feel free to subscribe and follow, and I will see you all in the next video. Clone Bay. So the Clone Bay would let us do a more aggressive boarding strategy, so we don't have to worry about losing our borders, healing them up in between. Alright, that worked well. Good boarding action there. proving their worth to us as boarders, not that they weren't already, of course.